When a man begins to like you more than a friend, the very first sign rarely shows up in his words. It shows up in his attention and not the loud, flashy kind. I'm talking about the subtle but unmistakable shift from casual awareness to intentional focus. Most people don't realize how powerful attention is as a diagnostic tool for attraction. You can fake confidence, you can fake charm, but you can't fake where your mind naturally gravitates. And when he starts liking you, his attention does something interesting. It narrows. He starts noticing things that most people in your life overlook. He listens a little harder. He looks a little longer. He lingers in moments that used to be fleeting. It begins quietly. He used to just say hi and keep walking. Now he pauses, even if just for a moment, because the interaction matters more. He used to send quick, surface-level replies. Now there's a depth, a curiosity, a desire to know you beyond the polite version of yourself you show the world. That shift isn't random. Attraction changes the way the brain filters information. Suddenly you become what psychologists call a priority stimulus. Your presence creates a heightened internal response, more focus, more awareness, more emotional investment. And here's what's even more interesting. He doesn't have to consciously decide to give you that focus. His attention betrays him before his words do. A man who likes you more than a friend becomes more attuned to your emotions. He pays attention to your tone when you speak, the look on your face when something bothers you, the excitement in your voice when something makes you happy. He's reading your emotional signals because, on some level, your state now affects his state. This shift from casual to intentional attention is often so subtle that he might not even realize he's doing it. But you will. You'll notice how he turns his body slightly toward you even in a group. You'll see how he remembers something you said weeks ago that even you forgot. You'll feel the difference between someone who's simply being friendly and someone who's invested, because investment always reveals itself through effort, and effort always begins with attention. And yet, many people ignore this shift because they expect attraction to look dramatic. They expect a grand confession or a bold move, but most men don't start there. They start with small, consistent signals. The way he listens more deeply, the way he tries a little harder to understand you, the way he naturally gravitates toward you without overthinking it. This shift is the foundation for everything else. His protectiveness, his body language, his emotional inconsistencies, all of it. Because when someone begins to value you differently, their behavior reorganizes around that value, even if they're not ready to admit what they're feeling. So if you want to understand whether a man likes you more than a friend, you don't have to decode his words. Watch his attention. Where it goes, his heart is already following, usually long before he's willing to acknowledge it. And remember this, attention is never an accident. It's a reflection of desire. And when his focus starts choosing you, even in the smallest ways, that's the first sign that his feelings are shifting into something deeper. One of the most revealing signs that a man likes you more than a friend is how he communicates with you and not necessarily what he says, but how he chooses to engage. Words are powerful, of course, but they can be rehearsed, edited, or masked. Behavior, however, often leaks the truth before language can catch up. When he begins to see you as more than a friend, his communication changes in subtle yet undeniable ways. He doesn't just respond to you, he interacts with intention. He asks questions that go beyond surface-level curiosity. He wants to know your thoughts, your perspectives, your fears, your dreams, and he remembers that's crucial. He recalls the little things you mention in passing, the details you may not even consider important. To someone whose feelings are platonic, these details are background noise. but to someone whose heart is engaged, they are signals, invitations, and bridges to connection, and it's not only verbal communication. His *** tone, timing, and effort ** all speak volumes. He might text you first thing in the morning or reach out late at night, not because he has nothing else to do, but because you occupy a space in his mind that others don't. There's a subtle urgency to his presence. It's not overbearing, but it is consistent. He wants to be part of your life's rhythm, to share moments both trivial and profound. And when he speaks, even casual words carry a weight that suggests care, curiosity, and connection. Another aspect to observe is ***, the balance of conversation ***. He doesn't dominate the dialogue with self-centered stories or constant commentary. Instead, he creates space for you to share, to express, to be heard. When someone likes you more than a friend, they are drawn to your mind as much as your presence. They want to understand not just who you are, but who you are becoming. That's why his questions often feel like gentle probes, designed to uncover layers, while his listening is active, engaged, and patient. And yet, this communication often comes with a layer of vulnerability. He might reveal thoughts or feelings he otherwise keeps private, or he might tease, joke, or nudge in ways that invite intimacy without overtly stating it. There's a psychological principle at play. When we are attracted to someone, we unconsciously calibrate our behavior to create emotional resonance. Words, tone, timing. They become tools of connection, even if he's not consciously aware of it. He is signaling, without declaring, that he sees you as exceptional, someone worth more than casual attention. So, pay attention not just to what he says, but how he communicates, how he engages, and the effort he invests in conversation. Because true attraction is revealed less in grand declarations and more in the consistency, nuance, and quality of attention through dialogue. Words can lie, actions rarely do. And remember this, when someone is drawn to you emotionally, their communication becomes a mirror reflecting the value they place on you. If he consistently seeks connection, remembers details, listens with care, and reveals parts of himself he usually keeps private, you are no longer just a friend in his eyes. You are someone he sees with desire, curiosity, and genuine interest. That is the hallmark of a connection shifting towards something deeper. Another clear indicator that he likes you more than a friend is ***, the way he prioritizes you in his life ***. And I don't mean the obvious he drops everything when you call type of gesture. What I'm talking about is subtle, often unconscious, and profoundly telling. When a man's feelings evolve beyond friendship, he begins to make space for you in ways that transcend routine social interaction. He notices your presence in a room, your moods, your energy, and he adjusts accordingly, not because he's being manipulative, but because your emotional state matters to him more than it did before. Suddenly, your happiness, comfort, and well-being are not just peripheral concerns. They are integrated into the calculus of his daily decisions. Consider how he manages his time. A man who views you as more than a friend doesn't just make time. He ***, allocates attention with intention ***. It's not about grandiose gestures, it's about subtle, consistent choices. Maybe he rearranges his schedule to meet you, checks in with you during busy moments, or makes a point of remembering what's happening in your life and following up without prompting. These are not behaviors expected from casual acquaintances. They reveal a deeper cognitive and emotional investment. You are becoming part of his mental map, a node in the network of things he considers important, and that is no small signal. Then there's the element of ***, sacrificial attention ***, which is different from obligation. He might forego a night out with friends, skip a casual commitment, or take a longer route home just to spend a little extra time with you, not because he feels forced, but because your presence carries weight. This is the human mind's way of signaling preference, of prioritizing emotional significance over convenience. Psychology calls this behavioral investment, and it is a reliable indicator of emotional attachment. If his actions consistently tip toward you, even in small ways, that is a clear sign he is navigating a new emotional landscape where you are central. Physical presence is another revealing factor. He may not verbally announce his feelings, but the body doesn't lie. He positions himself closer to you in social settings, leans in during conversation, or mirrors your movements unconsciously. These small signals, when combined with the intentionality of his time and attention, create a tapestry of subtle evidence that he sees you differently than he sees others. And finally, pay attention to how he reacts when you're unavailable. If he expresses disappointment, seeks alternative ways to connect, or invests extra energy in maintaining contact, it reflects the significance you hold in his inner world. It is a nuanced, quiet form of devotion, one that signals more than friendship. It signals desire, investment, and the psychological realignment that occurs when someone values you beyond companionship. So here's the takeaway. When someone begins to prioritize you, invest their attention in subtle, consistent ways, and adjust their behavior to your presence and needs, you are no longer just a friend in their life. You are someone who matters profoundly, emotionally, and psychologically. That is the unmistakable hallmark of feelings growing beyond friendship, and it's up to you to recognize and honor it. Another unmistakable indicator that he likes you more than a friend is the way he opens up to you emotionally. This isn't about casual small talk or superficial sharing. What I'm pointing to is the deeper, often vulnerable disclosure that he reserves specifically for you. Men, like anyone, are selective about who they allow into their inner world. And when a man starts to share thoughts, fears, dreams, and frustrations that he doesn't reveal to others, it signals that he trusts you and values your presence in a profoundly different way. This is a quiet but powerful declaration. You matter to me more than anyone else in my social sphere. Think about the psychology behind this. Emotional openness requires vulnerability. Vulnerability is inherently risky because it exposes our true selves, complete with insecurities, past wounds, and unpolished thoughts. Most men have learned to keep certain things private, to maintain a sense of control, or simply because societal norms have taught them to restrain emotional expression. So, when he chooses to confide in you, even in small ways, it's not just casual. It's a conscious or unconscious signal of attachment and emotional investment. It reflects a desire for intimacy that transcends the boundaries of friendship. Observe the patterns of his disclosure. Does he talk about things he wouldn't discuss with coworkers, acquaintances, or even close friends? Does he seek your perspective, genuinely considering your opinion on matters that affect him personally? These are subtle yet profound signs that your role in his life has shifted. He's creating a space where his emotions are safe to exist, a space that you occupy. It's an acknowledgement that you are more than a casual companion. You are someone whose judgment, empathy, and understanding he values deeply. Even the timing of his sharing matters. When he chooses to open up during quiet moments during one-on-one interactions, or when he senses your receptiveness, it demonstrates an awareness that emotional honesty is most impactful when shared with the right person. He is not broadcasting his feelings to the world. He is confiding in you specifically. That intentionality is key. It is a sign of emotional prioritization. Another layer to notice is asterisk asterisk, how he responds to your vulnerabilities asterisk asterisk. If he listens attentively, remembers what you've shared, and references it in future interactions, he's signaling reciprocal emotional investment. Relationships, whether romantic or platonic, are a dynamic exchange, and when someone values you beyond friendship, they engage actively in the emotional interplay. They don't just talk, they listen, respond, and internalize. So, the takeaway here is simple but profound. Asterisk asterisk, when a man begins to share his inner world with you in ways he doesn't with others, and when he responds to your emotional landscape with care and attentiveness, it is a powerful indicator that his feelings have evolved beyond friendship. Asterisk asterisk, emotional openness is not accidental. It is a deliberate signal, an invisible thread connecting hearts, and a clear marker that he sees you as far more than a friend. Reflect on this carefully. The next time he chooses to reveal a piece of his inner self, notice it. It's his way of saying, without words, that you hold a unique, indispensable place in his life. Another unmistakable signal that he likes you more than a friend is asterisk asterisk, the way he prioritizes your presence in his life, even when it's inconvenient asterisk asterisk. This is subtle, but if you pay attention, it's incredibly revealing. People naturally organize their lives around what they value most, and time is the ultimate currency of care. When a man adjusts his schedule, rearranges commitments, or goes out of his way to be with you, or include you in important moments, he is sending a message louder than any words could. It's an investment, and it reflects where you sit in his hierarchy of importance. Psychologically, this is fascinating. We all have limited energy, attention, and emotional bandwidth. Choosing to spend that energy on someone, even in small, seemingly inconsequential ways, reflects a prioritization of emotional connection. It's not about grand gestures, it's about consistency. He remembers details, shows up when you need him, or makes room in his day just to engage with you. These aren't random acts of kindness. They are deliberate signals of attachment and affection. Notice asterisk asterisk how he handles conflicts or competing obligations asterisk asterisk. If he consistently chooses to invest in your relationship when it could be easier to opt out, it's a sign that he values you beyond mere friendship. He's demonstrating a willingness to make sacrifices, and in human behavior, sacrifice is a direct reflection of desire. This doesn't mean he's perfect or flawless. It means he's conscious of the importance of your presence in his life, and he actively nurtures that bond. Beyond logistics, observe asterisk asterisk his emotional prioritization asterisk asterisk. Does he reach out to check on you even when life is busy? Does he seek your thoughts on decisions that affect him? These are subtle but powerful indicators that he sees you as more than a friend. He is signaling that your opinion, your well-being, and your perspective matter to him on a personal level. He's integrating you into the mental and emotional architecture of his life, which is a hallmark of romantic interest. What makes this even more compelling is the asterisk asterisk intentionality behind his actions asterisk asterisk. It's not about performing for you or creating an image, it's about alignment. He consistently chooses to orient aspects of his life around you, demonstrating that your presence isn't incidental, it's central. That conscious choice, repeated over time, forms a pattern that is difficult to ignore. This is a clear, nonverbal expression of his growing attachment and desire for something deeper. So, pay attention to the ways he prioritizes you, both in time and in energy. It's not always about grand declarations or dramatic displays. Often, It's in the quiet, consistent moments where his actions speak volumes. Asterisk asterisk, when a man invests his time, attention, and effort into your life, especially when it requires conscious effort or sacrifice, it is a profound sign that he values you beyond friendship. Asterisk asterisk, remember this. The next time he moves mountains to be there for you, even in small ways, recognize it as an undeniable message. Actions, more than words, reveal true intention, and consistent prioritization is one of the clearest indicators that his feelings have evolved into something more than friendship. The sixth and perhaps most revealing sign that he likes you more than a friend is asterisk asterisk, how he communicates with you when words aren't enough. Through his eyes, his body language, and his subtle, unspoken gestures asterisk asterisk. There's a profound psychological truth here. Humans often express what they cannot articulate through actions, posture, and presence, while anyone can say, "I like you." The depth of feeling is revealed in the quiet ways he reacts, the energy he gives, and the way he makes space for you in the world around him. When a man is drawn to someone, his body language becomes a reflection of his internal state. Notice asterisk asterisk, the way his eyes find yours, linger slightly longer than casual conversation would dictate, and the way his smile subtly changes when you're near asterisk asterisk. This isn't accidental. The eyes are the window to intention. They betray emotions we often try to hide. A fleeting glance, a steady gaze, or even the slight tilt of his head toward you in a crowded room signals interest that words alone may never convey. It's intimate without being overt, subtle without being superficial. Similarly, asterisk asterisk, his posture and physical orientation asterisk asterisk are telling. He leans in when you speak, mirrors your movements unconsciously, or positions himself to be near you in social settings. These actions are rooted in deep psychological mechanisms. Humans are wired to seek alignment with those they are attracted to. Mirroring, for instance, is an instinctive sign of connection. It shows that your presence creates a resonance in his mind and body. He's synchronizing with you at a level that goes beyond conversation, reflecting his subconscious desire to bond and to be noticed by you. Another layer of this unspoken communication is found in asterisk asterisk small, attentive gestures asterisk asterisk. He remembers the little things you mention, a favorite snack, a song, an offhand comment, and incorporates them into his actions. He shows consideration in ways that feel effortless, but are psychologically loaded. Choosing a table he knows you like, passing you something he knows you need, or subtly adjusting his behavior to make you more comfortable. These actions are not just kindness, they are markers of attention and emotional investment. He is, often without realizing it, making a declaration through his actions rather than his words. What makes this sign so powerful is its authenticity. Words can be rehearsed, scripted, or performed, but asterisk asterisk, body language and subtle gestures are far more difficult to fake consistently asterisk asterisk. When a man is genuinely attracted to you, these signals will appear repeatedly in varied situations and with an emotional honesty that words cannot replicate. It's the pattern, the consistency, and the natural ease of these behaviors that reveal true intent. So, pay close attention not just to what he says, but to what he communicates without words. The way he holds space for you, the way his eyes and body orient toward you, the way he remembers and reacts to your needs, these are profound indicators of deep attraction. Remember this, asterisk asterisk, true connection often speaks louder in silence than in speech, and unspoken gestures are the truest measure of someone's feelings. Asterisk asterisk, when you recognize these patterns, you gain insight into his heart without needing him to verbalize it, and that is the most revealing sign of all.